Hey there, fellow base builders. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Stationeers. Episode 4. 4 walls and a roof. So the next project, make an airtight base. I want to make a base that is... Let's switch my air tank. I want to make a base that is comfortable to live in. So not cramped, in other words. And one that is attractive as well. It doesn't need to be, like, amazing, but I don't want it to be hideous. It is my home. So let's expand the footprint of the area here to give us a little bit more room to work with. So right now it's a 3x3, and I'm gonna have it go up to like maybe a 5x5 by 2. It's a lot of gases, but I think it will be ultimately worth it, in my opinion. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there will be a 5th behind here. And I definitely don't have enough iron to realize this project, so come setup, I'm going to want to go fetch more iron. So here, as you can see, the battery in here is going up like 1% per every 2 seconds. The battery here is going up like 1% every like 10 seconds. It's much faster to put in the APC. Alright, that is all the iron I currently have. But we're about to get some sun, so I'll go fetch some more. My mood is going down as a result of having poor hygiene. Basically, my character's upset. And it makes doing certain tasks like slower and less efficient, if you were wondering. And no, there's not really anything I'm going to do about it right now. The way to fix it, if you were wondering, would be for me to just like hang out with my suit off in a pressurized environment and do nothing. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I'd rather be sad. Thank you very much. Oh, also, my drill was at 6%, so I'm swapping that battery out too. Oh, come on. The sun flirted and then just was like, yup, nope, sorry. Ha ha ha, bye. If I recall correctly, there was like a divot with iron, yeah, right in my own backyard. Yeah, just stop by to visit. It isn't a normal day-night cycle because I'm on a moon that does not orbit the sun. My moon orbits Saturn. So, the day-night cycle's very different than on Earth. It's very short. Well, some of it is just simulated, right? Because, like IRL, Venus's years are shorter than its days. So, like, this game takes some liberties with how the planets are. Oh, I found lead. I'm going to want lead for solder, so I'm going to mine this up while I'm here. So the game takes some liberties to make the game playable. Because if you had to deal with, like, a real-life Venus day, you'd just be in daytime for your entire playtime. There'd be no, like, day-night cycle, realistically. Because the day-night cycle on Venus is so weird and wonky. So there's not, like, true realism. This game has a lot of high engineering, but it doesn't try to mimic reality because it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be survival either. So the days that I've survived are tracked as Earth days, but the day-night cycle on this planet is like 20 minutes long and not like a day. I don't get sunlight for like 18 hours or anything like that. It's very different. All right, station battery is nearly full. Cool. I don't need to worry about that. So I was after iron and got distracted and got some lead. There might be more iron in there, but I don't want to deform the terrain more than I already have. Also, I should probably start to clean up the wreckage and debris around. Not that I need to, but like, I don't need to be littering a new moon. I don't want to be responsible for 100% of the litter on this moon, although that will inevitably be the case. I'm alone. And this is my lander debris. It's just pieces of wreckage. You can, like, recycle it or whatever, but it doesn't really matter because it's not like iron is rare. So I'm just aiming to get, like, 100 iron, and that should give me enough for the frames and walls. Maybe a little bit more than 100. I'm also going to need more silicon, because I intend to have a base that is comprised a lot of glass panels. I want windows. I don't need privacy. It's not like anyone's around to peek in on me as I go potty. So, yeah, like, glass for natural sunlight wouldn't hurt. Gotta get my vitamin D. Alright, that might be... There's probably more, but that's good enough. How is my air tank? Air tanks are good. Life support's good. Propellant tank's good. Wow. Look how easy it would be to not know where the home is. I'm staring at it right here, but it just blends into the background almost immediately. I am down to almost 1 filter of CO2, but that's fine. Actually, let's split 4 and 2, because I'm doing a bigger batch. Because if you don't combust enough ices, you can end up in a situation... Oh, I didn't vent this out. Derp. You can end up in a situation where it's just not, like, hot enough to smell. Do I need to double wall the base with glass walls? Nope. Not unless you think you're going to blow out your windows from high pressure, which I am not going to aim to do that. On certain orbital bodies like Venus or Vulcan or whatever, the pressures of the atmosphere are pretty extreme, and windows are tricky to use, but like in vacuum... Actually, vacuum's a lot harder than even like Mars, which has a very light atmosphere, because your windows blow out due to the pressure differentials between either side. So vacuum is 0, whereas like Mars that has a little bit of atmosphere is greater than 0. So technically, like, windows on Mars is easier than windows on the moon. But it's such a negligible difference compared to like Vulcan or Venus, which is under pressure. Okay, are you outcast enough? Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, 1% easier, exactly. But it's technically easier. There, that is totally not hot enough. Oh, it didn't combust. Okay, yep, there it goes. It's good, good and nice and hot. My portable light's putting off enough light. I thought it was sun up. Because come sun up, I'm going to want to go get more silicon so that I can make the windows. This time, I'll remember to vent this thing out. So what do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more frames. And then I want some extra frames. Because frames are also really handy to install stuff on them, which is better than, like, walls in many cases. I'm going to have like a frame here. And a frame here. I'll have the entire wall that faces the... Oops. Didn't mean to pull that out. The entire wall that faces out here be frames as well. And that will give me places to install things on the walls. And I could also do the back wall as frames as well. I think that's probably smart. Which means... there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more wall frames, and I'm done with the framework. Then I'll need to smelt it or weld it. And I'm doing too high so that I don't get claustrophobic quickly. I'll have just some nice height. It's not too difficult to generate enough gases to pressurize a base. So you might as well go... You shouldn't go enormous, because that's going to be a real pain, especially to try to set the atmospherics for your base, but you can err on the side of larger. Just don't go overboard with it. Okay, so there's the framework. As far as walls go, I'll need 25 for the ceiling, and then, what is it, 10 for the walls? So 35, 45? 45 walls, I think. But I'll do the sheets first. Yeah, 1 high is very confining. You are correct. You'll regret that quickly. It's very claustrophobic. And if you're wondering, I will absolutely be laying out my my printers better once I have this constructed, so that I don't have to like wedge myself between the walls to gain access to their ports. I may consider adding in inlets and stackers and the like, but I'm not. I'm more concerned about immediate survival things like water filtration. It's like, nice organization sounds good, but like when you're about to dehydrate to death, the need to haves trump the nice to haves. Speaking of which, my character is getting pretty close to critical food and water, so I may want to manage that in a moment. Character's getting a little peeved. You know, being awake for 6 days in a row, character's not strictly sane anymore. Also worth noting, your welding can burn cables and the like, so be careful where you're pointing it, because you can... And then also using it in like a combustible environment is also dangerous, so like, yeah, don't have a bunch of unspent volatiles and oxygen in an environment and then fire up your welder and expect not to blow up, because you will blow up. It combusts everything around it. And that is fun only if you like blowing up. Alright, doing the battery swaps. And, oh, I had sheets on me. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's do food and water and then get back to airtight in the base. As you can see, I have used power, but like not tons of it. So here's my water. There's food. And my mood is decreasing, my hygiene is terrible, my hydration is pretty bad. So I can fix some of those issues by doing this. Stripping. Yes. It's not really going to fix my issues quickly, which I know are behind my... Actually, hold on. Leaderboard overlay. Let's make this semi-transparent. Even maybe more transparent? Let's see. There. Now you can kind of see it behind. Flashing. It's a terrible spot for it, isn't it? It's a little chilly. It's just above freezing here, but it's not going to kill me. There we go. I should run into fewer problems with it lowered like that, so you can actually see the moodlets. So my hygiene is increasing because I no longer have a suit or helmet on. And my mood is not increasing because my hygiene's pretty low, but I'm not worried about that right now because given that I have finite water, I'm going to want to fix that first. So suit on, helmet down. I will need a nitrogen filter sooner or later. Yeah. So we'll have to keep an eye on my my filter levels. So at this point, I need 10, 20, and 45 walls. And this is iron walls. I had meant to mine silicon during the sunup, because I know I'm going to need more silicon, because I thought I had silicon. It's here. I only have 21 grams of it, so that's not going to be enough. So let's pause this printing. I'm just going to drop these walls here, and we're going to go find silicon while at least I have some sunlight. Is the 0% O2 filter a problem? No, I have 2 filters in my suit. The nitrogen filter is actually going to run out first. That's at 34%. And I'll fix that before it becomes fatal. You can have up to 3 filters in your suit at one time. Meaning that if you have, like, if your air tanks have, like, some nitrogen, some oxygen, and some CO2, plus, like, pollutants, you can filter out the pollutants, too. You can filter out 3 gases and breathe the 4th. It's also worth noting that, like, in this run, I'm obviously human, but, like, there's other species as well that have different, they consume different gases and are comfortable in different environments. I just wanted to be human. Hey! Pineapple pizza and sushi dragon. Oh, you guys are making me hungry. I'm not going to be eating for another, like, 10 plus hours, but thank you for the resubs. I'll try to hold my appetite. Alright, we've got almost 100 silicon. Oh, that's wrong. That's copper. That's volatiles. I'll get some volatiles because I'm kind of low. while I'm here. That's probably enough silicon, because it's only like a few windows that I need. Not a big deal. Alright, nitrogen filter's down to a third. Air tank's still fine. Waste tank's a little full. Here, let's just hold our breath and outgas it. Because I'm in vacuum and outgasses really fast. I got 99% of it empty in like an instant. Okie dokie. Time for some smelting. Close the valve. Stick in the vols. Fire it up. Stick in the oxides. Ignite it. Stick in the silicon. Do I do intermittent fasting? Not on purpose. I'm just marathon streaming, so my next opportunity to eat is going to be in a great many hours. So there's extra silicon, and while I'm staring at this, I might as well just do the copper as well. And I can leave the mold open, because it's a quick process. Station battery. Let's put half of the coal in, and then the other half I'll just store here. Alright. So, type 5 are windows. And I'm going to put my windows on the outside frame. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Rather than the inside frame. Because you can have, like, double layered. Like, this would be a double layered window. And then, we're going to want sheets. So in order to build a window, you put the frame down, you put sheets in to finish the framing, and then you put glass in, and it becomes airtight. The starter box can be moved. Be very careful when you move the starting box, though, because large objects have a tendency to, like, clip into you and can annihilate you and turn you into a very smooth paste and murder you. So if I tried to stick the box into the airlock and let go, it could crush me to death, and yeah. So, you've been warned. Moving around those boxes is a little sketchy. So there we go. So these are the windows, and I have vertical glass. So I'm going to try to keep the vertical glass theme, if I can. Meaning I might need to rotate the windows around a bit. So, let's keep making iron sheets. So I need 41 iron sheets. Clang is famous, yeah, exactly. And this game has clang. So, certain things like large movable objects are way more subject to death clang than others. Also, let's check in on our, I did smelt steel, so that part of the tutorial's done. Again, I'm not really following it at all, as I'm sure you've noticed. I don't really need to swap a 97% battery. Labelers at 100. Tablets at 100. Really? Tablets at 100? My drill is, I'm sure, not at 100. I think that's all the iron sheets I need. Is this still vertical? Yeah. Cool. Still vertical. Because it's hard to tell when you're placing it down, like what rotation it's on. Okay. Do I have more walls? No. So 25, 35 walls. So do until I have 10 grams of iron left. I'm going to need more iron. No, I'm not going to need more iron. I already printed up my iron sheets. Let's replace the battery in the drill. And now I think all of my equipment has fresh batteries. I do have 2 on the floor. Oh, I have 3 on the floor. So I can do 13 grams of iron left. Good call. So the reason I have the windows on the outside frame and not the inside frame is so that when I do cabling, I can have the cabling run along the windows and walls and have access to it, which is not possible to do if they're on the inside frame. So I can demonstrate that in just a second. Oh, did I miscount the amount of iron I needed? So this is 40, so 25, 35? Oh, so I have 5 extra walls, not a big deal. So what I mean by what I just said is if we run cables, if they're on the outside, I can see the cables here, right? But if I had my frames on the inside, they would obfuscate the cables, which makes it a little bit harder to build. So I chose them to be on the outside rather than the inside just for building ease. You don't necessarily have to run your cables on your walls, so it might not matter to you, but, you know, I figured it could matter to me. Did I really only have 1 cable? Oh my god, okay. We really building lean. Oh no, here's 6. We're really building lean, aren't we? And then after this, I need to print up like 35 glass. And we'll be done. I don't think the orientation on my windows is going to matter at first pass. Like, if it's wrong, whatever. I'll live with it. Yeah. Try not to overuse my jetpack, so I'll just walk the gangplanks. So 5x5x2 is pretty voluminous, and it should mean that I won't need to expand it much. That's the hope. And I can build individual rooms within this this area later on. So if I wanted a designated shower, I could do it. I could turn one of these cells into a shower, or a grow room, or a sleeper pod, or furniture, or something. There's a lot of flexibility because I have a lot of space. And I can always expand it too. It's just anytime you expand it, you're going to need to match the volume that you've, added to your base with extra air. And the larger it is, the more difficult it becomes to heat and cool. Massive, massive facilities require a lot of infrastructure to heat and cool, and I want to keep this simple. So that part is done. I'll leave the rest of my walls there. And now we're doing the glass for the... And I can do, what? 49 pieces of glass? So I could actually make all the glass from the silicon I have. That'd be fine. Whew. And I haven't ruined my picturesque view of Saturn. Importantly. Is this vertical oriented? Nope, it's horizontal. As you can see, there's like little, you know, it almost looks like the defoggers of a car. Steel windows have hexagonal pattern, which is not like directional, whereas iron has a directional one. Oh, I'm missing one glass wall on the right. Yeah, missing that one. And this one. And this one.
Air tank low.
It's more than one. Oh, that's all the glass I need, though. So I have 2 extra glass. Air tank low, you say? No, it isn't. God, that's convenient. What I'll do for pressure testing is I will melt just a little bit of ice and see if the pressure holds and equalizes before I commit to, you know, filling up the whole thing. Ooh, we just hit a week of survival. Or actually, I could just take off my waste tank and just, like, outgas it and see if it holds. Oh, no! Yep. Fell into my own base. So now, hypothetically, this thing is airtight. Roms, thank you for the resub. Right. I still have walls here, don't I? I was like, yay, let's celebrate the base, and then... So now the air that we just vented into the base is holding at 4 kPa. I.e., it's airtight. I'm obviously going to need a locker inside, because I don't have space for this stuff. But, there we go. We got an airtight base. My current vitals... Yeah, let's go. So the current priority right now is fill the base with air. And this is just going to be oxide. I know that my nitrogen filter is about to wear out, and I'm going to need more iron for the nitrogen, so while I'm out here getting oxide for the air, and I do have 43 of it right now, but I wanted to spend the daylight hours out here. I see some oxide right there. I'm hoping to find oxide over here. Oh, also, I'm going to need more coal for my generator. And this is nitrogen. I'm not going to bother trying... Like, sometimes when I play... Well, you know what? That could be the first poll. What should the gas mix of the base be in the future? 90% O2 and 10% N2, which is oxide melt, or 80% N2 and 20% O2, which is earth. Option number 1 is a lot easier than option number 2. FYI, because it's just melting ice. Option number 2 is a lot more annoying, but I will do it if you want it, to mimic Earth's atmosphere. That's not going to be first pass air pressure. that's going to be like sometime down the line. And Stash, thank you for the gifted subs, man. You may have encouraged me to buy the game you're playing yesterday. I haven't bought it yet, but I think I will. It looks a lot of fun. And for those in chat that don't know, Stash here is also a streamer, so if you want some chill vibes and wonderful ukulele, check him out. There, we got some iron. Oh, I didn't have my helmet on. My helmet, light, rather. Okay, back to what I was actually trying to do, which is oxide. And the reason why this is, time sensitive is, once I have air pressure in my base, I can start working on trying to make water. So that I can, you know, not die. I like not dying. It's really strange. I just have that preference of, like, life over death. So I'm fighting against entropy here. And in order to do that, I need an air... well, I don't need an airtight base to make water, but it certainly helps. Because for water, I need oxygen and volatiles, which means I need atmospherics. And if I have atmospherics, I might as well have base air. Hopefully I have snacks close by. I've got cereal bars and bottles of water. It ain't much. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, yeah. So it looks like eventually you guys want a nitrogenated base. That's not going to be first pass, FYI. So now that I have beautiful sunlight, I can melt these oxides without my torch because it's in sunlight. And I'm watching my pressure here on the bottom as we pressurize. And just to be able to track it, let's grab my tablet, the Atmo Analyzer. And it's mostly, there's a little pollutants in here and a little CO2, but it's mostly oxygen. And a little nitrogen. And it's almost pressurized enough where I can take off my helmet. Throwing ice, woo! We're up to about a third. Maybe not quite a third yet, but pushing a third's Earth Atmo. Good enough. Let's open up the helmet and take a drink. And eat the rest of the cereal bar. Alright, checking on myself. Nitrogen filter is in dire need. I have just enough iron for it. So let's get a fresh nitrogen filter before I asphyxiate. Because there's nitrogen in my oxygen supply tank. So I need to filter it out or it builds up in my helmet and kills me. This game is colorful? It can be, yeah. Alright, so here, old CO2 filter that was dead is out, and new nitrogen filter is in, and I'm collecting garbage over there. I'm gonna have to deal with that eventually. Alright, helmet down. And we are in 25 kPa, so we're a quarter of Earth's Atmo. So I'll need roughly 3 times that amount of oxite in order to air pressure the base. So, speaking of which, might as well free up some space on my belt. Isn't Earth 100 kPa? Yeah, and I'm at 25 kPa, so I'm at a quarter of what it would be. Your character can survive whatever. So this is nitrate, nitrous, or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it. NIT. So this is liquid nitrous, which is nitrogen and NO2, or which is a really good like radiant. Oh my God, words! It's a really good gas for coolant, if you want. Nitrice? Okay. It's a really good gas for coolant in like rocket fuel and the like. So I live to about 320, so I don't get lost. Although if I stay within the crater, it's not like I can get all that lost. Using physical landmarks can be very useful. Because, like, I'm in it's the Central Mesa crater. And that way as long as I stay within here, I know I'm, like, very close to home. Thank you for tuning in to Stationeers, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon, one time only. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I am not, however, looking for feedback. I asked for no backseating for this series, and also, because this streamed one time only, feedback wouldn't be able to be incorporated anyway. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhodamont.com also has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that made it all the way to the credits. So thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Stationeers.